Purposeful Nudge introduces rewiring the moment of work, behavioral operations in field services.
Organizations are pouring billions into artificial intelligence, expecting massive efficiency gains. But on the ground, only 15% of workers report having a clear understanding of their company's AI return on investment expectations. That gap occurs at the moment of work. When a technician is balancing a tablet in glaring sunlight, dealing with a frustrated client or a broken machine, stress spikes. In those seconds, they abandon complex digital tools and default to intuitive muscle memory reactions. Behavioral scientist B.J. Fogg tells us that a behavior occurs when motivation, ability, and a prompt converge at the exact same moment. To get technicians to adopt these new systems, you have to strip away the administrative sludge. By designing fast, automatic nudges that make the right operational choice the easiest path, you translate a vague corporate goal into actual, measurable results. You cannot achieve those results by layering new software over broken processes. Before any technology is deployed, the interaction must be grounded in clear logic. This diagram outlines the service standard ladder. The foundation is the principle, or the why. In this example, the core organizational value is empathy. Next, we translate that broad value into an exact, observable behavior. Our technicians need to repeat the user's concern in their own words before offering a solution. We start with context. Finally, we identify the precise trigger. When exactly is this behavior required? We deploy it during an emotionally charged escalation, specifically when dealing with a repeat caller. Linking these three tiers ensures that your automated prompts are tied to a specific operational requirement, rather than being triggered by generic proximity. This prevents the motivational poster fallacy, replacing vague, unread slogans with rules that the system can actually execute. Let's see how this works in a high-stress customer service management interaction. An angry customer calls in, frustrated that their issue hasn't been resolved. Your AI sentiment engine is running in the background. It reads the historical ticket data and detects the caller's rising emotional state. Instead of asking the agent to search through manuals, the system intervenes. It pushes a visual cue directly to the screen, a flag identifying a repeat caller, and an auto-suggested empathetic opener. The agent doesn't have to formulate a response while managing a hostile interaction. The exact script is provided at the exact moment of stress. This data point illustrates the impact of that simple intervention. One consulting executive witnessed a 25% drop in escalations just by adding this CRM flag. By making the empathetic response the path of least resistance, cognitive load drops and de-escalation becomes the automatic default. Now, apply this to the physical risks of a field service repair, where a mistake can cause severe operational damage. This image is a prime example of a System 1 nudge. It bypasses the slow, deliberate part of the brain that reads text, forcing a visceral, automatic psychological reaction. We use that exact same principle in mobile field applications. Before a technician can restart a machine, this hard overlay blocks their screen. The workflow literally stops. The technician cannot close the ticket or move to the next job until they physically confirm the safety interlock is engaged. You must use these sparingly. If you put a hard stop on every minor task, technicians will develop alert fatigue and blindly click through. Reserve them strictly for critical safety protocols or emotional closure. This required pause ensures absolute compliance in the field, without forcing the worker to read through pages of text documentation. Even the best interactions fall into a blind spot if we can't measure them. For years, post-visit survey response rates have been notoriously low. The traditional method forces users through a tedious, multi-field web form. When one healthcare network replaced that friction with a simple 3-emoji selection, response rates surged. The prompt arrives via Slack or a company portal exactly 30 minutes after the technician leaves, capturing the user's immediate emotional state. This logic tree shows what happens to that input. A stressed emoji automatically triggers a Severity 1 response with a 1-hour service level agreement, while a low emoji defaults to a standard 24-hour turnaround. This relies completely on the B=map rule. You get high compliance by making the action you want, providing feedback, take almost zero effort. What used to be an annoying administrative chore is now a continuous stream of sentiment data. We've moved from a high-level idea down to a live, automated prompt running in the field. This dashboard correlates behavioral data with financial outcomes. As technicians hit empathy and safety standards, repeat visits and fuel costs drop. Ensuring every visit is handled with consistent empathy moves customers from satisfied to emotionally connected, making them 5 times more likely to repurchase. Technology is most effective when it removes friction. Artificial intelligence shouldn't act as a rigid enforcer of compliance. It should act as a safety net that supports human judgment. Map out your first service standard ladder today. Define your principle, specify the behavior, and pick your trigger. Do that, and you can deploy your first prompt tomorrow.
For more insights, subscribe to Purposeful Nudge and start rewiring your field services organization today.